Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. It was not a bad day yesterday. Highs around 90 degrees, plenty of sun, and so we will increase our cloud cover across the area for the rest of the week, but still generally it will be mostly sunny. Sunglasses are certainly going to be needed, more so than the umbrella, at least during the daytime hours, but wouldn't hurt just to have the umbrella close by just in case some storms are possible at times over the course of the rest of the week. Low to mid 90s for today for much of the area, as we'll have the mostly sunny skies, and the humidity will be higher today compared to yesterday as well, so it'll feel a little bit closer to 100 degrees. It stays high, very humid to oppressive at times tomorrow, comes down just a little bit on Thursday at times, and then increases on Friday, and then comes back down on Saturday. So kind of up and down, generally speaking, for the area, but very concerning for tomorrow, especially if we are able to get into mostly sunny skies, dry conditions, and temperatures really heating up with many spots close to, if not in the triple digits, not only for the actual air temperature, but certainly the heat index value. The storms tonight, most of which will stay to our north up in Nebraska and Iowa, northwest Missouri. There is some uncertainty in how far south these storms will get. This model doesn't really show a whole lot in making its way down into our area. And then with most of the area dry tomorrow, we will start to get into some pop-up showers and thunderstorms close to sunset. And these could be severe, but you'll notice not much. So not much with that one, but you can see the other computer models, at least through Thursday morning, showing some more significant rainfall for the area. And so we'll continue to fine-tune the forecast here as we continue to monitor. Every round of storms will have some factor as far as what the next round of storms will do. Because what happens is storms put out an outflow boundary or a mini front, and depending on where those mini fronts are located during the day will be where the initiation of the next round of storms are going to be. That's the problem with this weather pattern. That's why it's going to be a little bit tricky to really fine-tune specifically when and where these storms are going to be. Now, pretty confident that, as I mentioned, most of the storms will stay up to our north for these next 24 hours, mainly through tonight. And again, that's where you see that slight risk up to our north and just the margin risk if we can get these storms, to push into our northern communities for areas north of I-70. Once we get into tomorrow, that's when the chance increases. There's some uncertainty on whether or not we get some storms in the late afternoon hours or if it holds off closer to, if not shortly after sunset tomorrow. So that's the main issue. But whatever storms we do get, we are going to be looking at the best chance of severe weather for the upcoming week. Wind being the primary hazard, but can completely rule out hail or maybe even a brief tornado. So tomorrow's definitely going to be the day, not only for the risk of severe weather being the highest, but also because it's going to be the hottest day of the week. And then we go back into a margin risk for all of northeast Kansas by Thursday. So again, we will continue to monitor all of these storm chances. I still do not believe that there is one day where you need to cancel any outdoor plans, at least during the daytime hours. Even on Friday, when you can see I have at least a little bit better chance of a storm chance during the day. Other than that, you can see mostly sunny skies for today, tomorrow, and Thursday during the daytime hours. Highs generally between the mid-90s to around 100. Lows staying mostly in the 70s. It does cool down just a little bit over the weekend, but models are not quite bringing in the cooler air as much as they did from yesterday, so I did bump up those high temperatures just a little bit. Relatively speaking, it is still going to be a cool down towards the end of the weekend, maybe just not be quite the cool down we were thinking from yesterday, but obviously there's still some time for that to continue to change, just like our storm details. Just a quick look at our long-term model on what to expect for the upcoming next 8 days. Obviously a lot less than what it showed yesterday. Remember yesterday, this model showed areas south and east of the turnpike getting at least 2 inches worth of rain. Southeastern Kansas, some of it is still showing up, getting more than 3-4 inches. Now it's really backing off. The GFS, about the same. So not quite the heavy rainfall that at times the long-range models were indicating from yesterday. That's just the nature of what happens with this weather pattern that we're in. So most of the storms, confidence is fairly high that most of the storms will be at night. But the specific details as far as when and how widespread the rain will be, specifically, that's just going to be something we'll have to take both on a day-by-day basis, but also just watch the radar kind of weather pattern. But it will be very, very hot for the rest of the week, at least for these next 3 days. Relatively cooler as we get towards Friday through the early next week time period. So these next 3 days are going to be the worst of it.